Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about 3 different topics, and we are first going to talk about Dembele. So we do have some updates, and it says here, according to Cat Radio, they said that Dembele has passed the symptom test. He got tested in home and not at the facilities. He will start his recovery session between tomorrow and Wednesday. And so this is some great news to hear. We have heard multiple reports claiming that there are other players in La Liga that did have the symptoms of the pandemic that's going on around the world. And to hear this, that Dembele is okay, is great to hear. And the other thing that I do want to point out about Dembele is that even though that he shows no signs of symptoms, and let's say that he has no injuries and he's free to play, he is not able to participate in no La Liga games, meaning that he's not registered, because back in February, Barcelona did say that they were going to take Dembele off of La Liga games and use Martin Braithwaite as the replacement. So he cannot participate in no La Liga games. The only thing that he is eligible for is for the UCL games. And that is where the question comes up, right? Are we going to see Dembele at all for this season, which is the 2019-2020 season? Because if Dembele can only be used for the Champions League games, that means we have the opportunity to use him for the game against Napoli, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. But do we really want to use Dembele in those matches, knowing that he hasn't been on the pitch for a very long time? And when you do miss that many La Liga games, like, he's not going to participate in any of the league games. And when you miss that many, you will lose the rhythm. And it wouldn't make sense to put Dembele against Napoli as his first match. So do you guys see Dembele participating in this season at all? Or are we going to have to wait until next season, which will be the 2020-2021 season? Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Nelson Semedo. And this is a very important topic. I believe this is going to be the main meat of this video. So according to Cat Radio, they said Nelson Semedo is 1 foot out the door at Barcelona as negotiations for his renewal have broken down. With 2 years left on his contract, Barcelona hope to sell him for around 50 million euros. Inter Milan, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and PSG are interested in this player. So this is no secret. Nelson Semedo is highly demanded all across Europe. And I believe that it is also official that Semedo is on the market, and Barcelona are trying to sell Semedo. Now, one of the big advantages that Semedo has for FC Barcelona is that he is very flexible on the negotiations. So we can use him in a swap deal, or we could just sell him for 50 million straight in cash. And all of these 4 teams that are being mentioned here, which is Inter Milan, Man City, Bayern, and PSG, they are all looking for their right back. Not their next right back, but they are looking for a right back. And I want to talk about Bayern Munich for a second here, because they are looking for a right back, and again, not their next right back, but they are looking to get another right back. One of their main goals is to bring competition to Pavard, and they also have Joshua Kimmich. But even though he was meant to be like a right back at Bayern Munich, they actually do prefer him to play in the midfield, which is why they don't mind on bringing Nelson Semedo for the right price. And the reason why I'm saying that is because according to Christian Falk, he said that Bayern won't pay 50 million euros for Semedo. Now, does this mean that Bayern will stop negotiating for Nelson Semedo with Barcelona? No, it doesn't. I believe that Bayern are going to come back and they're going to say, no, we'll give you 40 or we'll give you 45. But as of now, Bayern made their first statement saying that they don't want to pay 50 million euros for Nelson Semedo. And who knows why? It could be because of 2 reasons. Maybe Bayern just don't have the 50 million to spend on Nelson Semedo, or they believe that Nelson Semedo is not worth 50 million. Then if we move on to Inter Milan, right? Obviously, Semedo is being used for the Lautaro Martinez operation. This is no secret, and Inter Milan is looking for a right back. But let's take a step back, right? I really want you guys to really think about this. Let's take a moment and just realize and look at all of these teams that are being listed on this report. We need to really realize just how expansive Barcelona is with their options for Nelson Semedo, and this could potentially be a problem. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I have a theory, right? Seeing all of these teams being listed and seeing how open Barcelona are with getting rid of Nelson Semedo, and looking how easy it is for Semedo to leave FC Barcelona, I think that Semedo does want to leave the club. And it's due to multiple reasons, because first, Semedo is not saying anything at all to the public. He's not saying, hey, I'm here to stay, I'm here to wear the Barcelona shirt. Like, we have heard heard other players say claims like that, like Rakitic, Vidal, Suarez, Firpo, Dembele. They have all said that they are here to stay, even though that many people don't want him, or they know that they are well aware that there are reports saying that they don't want them there. They still speak up for themselves, but Semedo hasn't said anything. And I do want to bring up a report that was made back on August 2019. It's about an interview with Nelson Semedo, and this is what he had to say. He said this: "For me, it's really important to know that there are people that want me, to know that your manager, your team, and your president want you and want you to stay has been vital." And seeing these words coming out from Semedo, I believe that Semedo really does value what Barcelona thinks of him. And now seeing how everything is starting to twist and turn, and seeing that Semedo is being put on all these operations, on all these swap deals, I think that Semedo does feel a certain way, because we cannot lie to ourselves. I know that Semedo has heard about what's going on in the club. There is so much noise going on with this operation that Semedo does know what's going on. And this is the question that I want to bring, is that should Semedo leave FC Barcelona? But just to rephrase this, right, because this is something that we really have to think about, and something that Barcelona needs to think about, is if Barcelona let go of Nelson Semedo, is Barcelona going to lose something next season that we currently have today? And in my opinion, I think that it is okay for Nelson Semedo to leave, but that is only if Barcelona bring in a young potential world-class right back, or bring a veteran that has proven that he can be a good right back in any club. That is the only way. And right now, Barcelona is not doing either. And there is a report coming from Romero Agresti. He said that Di Sciglio likes Barcelona a lot. Di Sciglio is one of those names that have appeared in the conversation between Barcelona and Juventus, which basically means that Barcelona is looking for their next right back. And if we're talking about this player being the replacement for Nelson Semedo, then I don't want Semedo to leave FC Barcelona, because this will be a horrible choice if we're going to replace Semedo. Like, do we really want to replace Semedo, who is by no question a world-class right back, for another right back that has not provided no goals and no assist? And then this is where the move of Nelson Semedo becomes very questionable for the board. Like, I would ask the board, is this transfer only happening because you don't see Nelson Semedo deliver for this club, or is this transfer happening because you want to bring in Lautaro Martinez? So there's a lot of questions with Semedo leaving FC Barcelona. I don't know how to feel about this one. Right now, Barcelona is not showing that they will be okay if they let go of this player, but we will need answers fast. Now moving on to the last topic of the day, and we're going to talk about Lautaro Martinez and Pjanic. So we're going to put these two together, and it says right here, according to Fernando Polo, who is Barcelona's top tier journalist, he claimed that Lautaro Martinez and Pjanic have both said yes to FC Barcelona. Inter knows that the player wants to go to Spain and are already looking for his substitute. Juventus and Barcelona are continuing to work to reach an agreement involving players. Then we can see here, according to ESPN, Barcelona have intensified negotiations with Juventus over a deal to sign midfielder Pjanic this summer. In addition to Arthur, midfielders Rakitic, Vidal, and Carlos Aleña have also been offered to the Italians, as well as center back Todibo. Then according to Xavi Campos, Barcelona have studied a single major investment for the next transfer window and have decided on Inter forward Lautaro Martinez. The Argentine striker is the main target, and management want to use an exchange to make the operation cheaper. So I believe this is it. This is it. These are the two players that could be signed very early this summer. Does this mean that this will be the only transfers for this summer? No, I don't think so, because there is still a lot of time left, and so we do have time to sign others. But going off these statements right here, coming from the most credible journalist, the top two priorities for Barcelona is Pjanic and Lautaro Martinez. And it's crazy to see this, because I would have never thought that Pjanic would be in one of Barcelona's priority list. And there has been a lot of debate for Pjanic, because Barcelona would welcome this player, but that is only if the right player goes, right? Because if we look at the 5 list of players Barcelona are willing to negotiate with, it would be Arthur, Aleña, Todibo, Vidal, and Rakitic. And 3 out of the 5 players here have to go out the door. Like, we can't be willing to negotiate with Arthur, Aleña, and Todibo. Those players are untouchable, and it wouldn't make any sense. If Pjanic end up being switched for either Arthur, Todibo, or Aleña, that would probably be one of the worst deals in history. And this is why many people said, why do we even need Pjanic? Even I question, why do we need Pjanic for? It's a very mysterious case, in my opinion. The only way I can see this as a good move is if Pjanic does switch in with with Ivan Rakitic. That is the only case. If we can't do that, then I don't want Pjanic to be in FC Barcelona. Now, what are the probabilities of Pjanic being switched for either Arthur, Aleña, or Todibo, which is going to be one of the golden gems in the eyes of Juventus? This is all going to depend on how Barcelona view this player, which is Pjanic. Like, for example, if Barcelona view Pjanic as if we must get this player, this is the player that's going to fix all of our problems. If they view him in that way, then this deal can become very, very dangerous. And I believe that they are looking at him in that way because based off these reports, they are accelerating in this deal. Barcelona does want this to happen. Then I want to move on to Lautaro Martinez. What this report is basically saying is that Barcelona are considering to use 80 to like 85% of their funds to bring in Lautaro Martinez, meaning that there could be no players involved, and use all their cash, which again is around 80 to 85% of what they have, for Lautaro Martinez. Now, is it confirmed that Barcelona are going to use all of their funds to bring in Lautaro Martinez? It's not confirmed yet. That lane is still open where they are willing to give 60 million plus 2 players, but Barcelona is going to question, do we really need to save that extra 40 million euros for another player? Which is why they are studying the case of just using all of their funds for Lautaro Martinez. And we can see here, according to Sport, that Barcelona are finishing the negotiations with an amount close to 60 million plus 2 players. Inter will accept Vidal but want Semedo or Emerson. Barcelona and Lautaro Martinez have a verbal agreement for 4 years. So in the case of Lautaro Martinez, just for the final conclusion, there is an agreement between Lautaro Martinez and FC Barcelona. Now, what Barcelona is in, they are going to study 2 different occasions. The first one is going to be, should we pay 60 million and add in 2 players, or should we just pay the full 111 million in cash? And that is the part that Barcelona is currently studying at the moment. And so this is a very interesting case here. Who knows what lane they're going to choose, but if they do choose the lane where they say we're going to put all of our funds for Lautaro Martinez, there's going to be a very big possibility that Neymar will not come to FC Barcelona this summer. This will change everything on how the summer will look for FC Barcelona. So that is it for today's Barcelona daily news. I know it got a little bit complex in the end of this video, but that's basically what's going on with the Lautaro Martinez operation at the moment. They are looking for ways to bring in Martinez, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Barcelona should pay 60 million and add in 2 players for Martinez, or should they just buy him and pay 111 million in cash? Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.